afternoon or good morning, children, depending when you're listening to me. Will you go and sit down nice and quietly? Because it's story time. And today, because we're doing Daniel and the Lion, we're going to read Squeak the Lion. It's such a lovely story. Can you see it? There he is. He's a little cub. And he's such a brave little lion. Let's hear what he has to do. Squeak the Lion. Little Squeak was the youngest lion cub in the Pride. Now, Pride is the family of lions, just so you know. All the other lions loved Squeak. He's so cute and cuddly, they said. Isn't he funny, they said. There we go, look there, they're all looking at Squeak. And he's cute, and he is cute, and he is cuddly. Look at him, and he's fluffy. And you just want to cuddle him and stroke him. But Squeak didn't want to be cute or funny. Squeak wanted to be just like his older brothers, Bruno and Leo. Bruno was brave and strong, and Leo was clever and cunning. And he wanted to be just like them. There we go. Look at him there, standing on the rock. He wanted to be just like his brothers. Squeak wasn't even his proper name. His real name was Rory. That was a proper lion's name. Squeak was a silly little baby's name. Or his nickname, hey? Why does everyone call me Squeak? He asked his brothers grumpily. Because when you were a baby, you went squeak, squeak, explained Leo. So everyone called you Squeak, laughed Bruno. It was probably when he was trying to go roar and it just came out squeak, squeak. Hey, look there, he is asking them, why do you call me Squeak? And they're saying, because that's all you made. They're funny. One day, Bruno and Leo were going hunting. Wait for me, called Squeak, trotting after them. Squeak hurried to catch up, but soon his little legs were feeling very tired. He stopped for a rest and watched as Bruno and Leo disappeared into the tall grass. When he finally caught up with them, Bruno and Leo were crouched over a nest of tasty-looking eggs. Suddenly, there was this a head appeared swaying above the tall grass. It was a snake. Hang on. Too many sing. The nest of eggs belonged to her. She lunged at the lion cubs, but brave Bruno roared and he swiped the snake with his paw and it slithered away quickly. Oh, shame, she was just trying to protect her eggs, wasn't she? But the lions were hungry. Wow, Bruno, that was brave, said Leo as the lion cubs made their way home. Did you see how Bruno swiped that sneaky snake, said Squeak. Just at that moment, Squeak spotted a lizard crossing the path. He swiped the lizard with his paw, just like Bruno. But the lizard quickly flicked out its tongue, smacking Squeak on the nose. Look, there they are. Look. Poor Squeak. He was trying to be brave like his brother, wasn't he? But the lizard got the better one of him. Squeak was so surprised that he jumped, and the angry lizard continued on his way. Bruno and Leo laughed. You're so funny, Squeak, they roared. Poor little Squeak. The next day, Bruno and Leo were hunting again. Wait for me, called Squeak as he followed his brothers down to the watering hole. It was very muddy along the bank, and Squeak's paws kept sinking into the mud, and it slowed him down. No, I'll never catch up, he sighed as he watched his brothers walking ahead. Then Bruno and Leo stopped. They had spied some paw prints in the mud. These tracks belong to a water buffalo, said clever Leo, sniffing the ground. Let's follow it and sneak up on it from behind, said brave Bruno, as he looked along the muddy trail. Look, there we go. There's little Squeak getting stuck in the mud, and there's Bruno and Leo looking at the muddy prints as they're going along. And they think they found a water buffalo. They're going to sneak up on it. By the time Squeak reached the water, There were lots of paw prints in the mud, and his brothers were nowhere to be seen. Oh no, do you think he's got lost? Squeak sniffed the ground and looked at the paw prints. I can follow tracks too, said Squeak to himself, and then set off. He followed the tracks around and around and around and around for a long way until Squeak could hear his brothers laughing. He looked up and then looked around at the tracks. Squeak had followed his own tracks in a big circle. You're so funny, Squeak, laughed Bruno and Leo. There's poor little Squeak going round and round, and there's his two brothers laughing at him because he'd gone round and round in a circle, following his own tracks. Poor little Squeak. The following day, Bruno and Leo were going hunting again. Wait for me, called Squeak, but this time his brothers didn't want Squeak to come along. Not this time, Squeak, said Bruno. You'll slow us down. Or get into trouble, said Leo. But Squeak wasn't going to miss out a hunting trip. He followed his brothers a little way behind. Bruno and Leo soon disappeared down a trail and through some trees. They followed the trail until they found a good place to set a trap. Clever Leo piled up some berries under a tree where a hungry squirrel would find them. Brave Bruno climbed up the tree and crept along a branch, ready to pounce on the hungry squirrel. There they are. Can you see? There's Leo saying, wait for me, and they're saying, not today. No, you stay here. But he followed anyway, and there they are setting the trap. There's the berries, and there they are sitting in the tree waiting for the hungry squirrel. It's Bruno in the tree, isn't it? Very soon, a squirrel hopped towards the berries. The trap had worked, and Bruno crept further along the branch, ready to pounce. But suddenly there was a crack, and the branch came tumbling down. The startled squirrel ran off as Bruno tumbled to the ground. Ouch, roared Bruno. His tail was caught under the branch. Bruno was trapped and he couldn't move. Don't worry, Bruno, called clever Leo. I'll find a way to get you out. Oh, look, there's the squirrel that's got a fright. There's Bruno on the floor, and there's Leo running off to see if he can find a way to help him out. His tail is stuck under the branch. No. Squeak had just caught up with his brothers and was watching from behind a tree. Oh, my tail, Bruno moaned. Hurry up and help me out. Now, thought Leo, all I need is a vine and a heavy rock to lift the branch. But Leo didn't finish because a loud humph interrupted him. It was the sound of the elephants. Oh no, groaned Bruno. We're on the elephant trail and the elephants are heading this way. Humph-a-de-hump-a-de-hump-thump. Humph-a-de-hump-a-de-hump-thump go the elephants. You know how elephants go when they're marching on the trail. Grasped Leo. Oh no, look, there's a tail stuck under. And there's Leo thinking, well, what am I going to do? And there's the elephants. Where are the elephants? I can't see them at the moment, but they'll be on the next page, I'm sure. Let's turn the page and see. There's the elephants, look, coming towards Bruno, who's stuck. While Leo dashed about to find a piece of rope. Sorry. A long line of elephants appeared at the end of the track. Squeak looked at the elephants, then looked at Bruno trapped under the branch. The elephants were getting nearer and nearer. Leo wasn't going to make it in time. The ground began to shake as the elephants trampled closer and closer and closer. There's no time to lose, thought Squeak. He saw a gap below the branch that was just big enough for him to squeeze under. He dashed out from his hiding place into the gap, and with more of a roar than a squeak, he heaved the branch with all his might. Oh, look, there's little Squeak with a branch over his neck, and he's going to try and stand up. And there's all our elephants coming. Aren't they? And there's Bruno Bruno with his tail stuck. Oh, it's so exciting. What happens? What happens? The branch lifted just enough for Bruno to pull out his tail. Then Squeak pulled the branch away. The elephants were almost on top of them. Hey, Bruno, Squeak and Leo leapt into the trees just as the elephants came thundering by. Wow, Squeak, that was so brave, said Bruno. That was really clever, Squeak, said Leo. There we go. There we go. There's Bruno with his tail sharp, and there they're all sitting in the trees, and the elephants are going underneath. Whew. Squeak came to the rescue, didn't he? The three brothers climbed down the tree. Did you see the way Squeak came to the rescue, said Bruno. Wait until we tell everyone how brave and clever Squeak was, said Leo. Squeak felt very proud. Maybe we should call you Rory from now on, said his brothers. Squeak smiled, but somehow he didn't mind being called Squeak anymore because it was a lovely nickname. Hey, so there's his three brothers. There's the back of the elephants, and there's there. They're all saying how brave and how strong little Squeak was. Right, that's the end of my exciting story, children. Wasn't that fun? Did you enjoy it? What was Squeak's real name? Can you remember? That's right, it was Rory. And who did he save? Did he save Bruno or did he save Leo? I think he saved Bruno. Shall we look quickly? Sure, it was Bruno, wasn't it? Because Bruno was in the tree. And Bruno fell with the branch. And what did Squeak do to rescue him? He put his head under the branch and he stood up. Just before the... Were you listening? Who was coming? Humpty, humpty, hump, hump, hump. That's right, the elephants. Well done, children. I'll see you later in the week. Be good. Have fun. Do your work for me, please. And remember, I want to see it when Mommy comes to pick up your box. Put your work in your box when you finished it, and Auntie Pam will mark it and maybe put some stickers on it and some comments. So when you finish your work, put it back in your box and Mommy and Daddy will bring it to me. Okay, bye.